Hey everybody, it's Roland the Real from Complete Trader Academy again with another daily review. Welcome back. This is Monday, October 31st, 2022. Let's jump right into it here. So this is the daily chart. Price opened up, gap down, went up just a little bit, came back down, then came back up and settled there. All right. So Friday, we already took objectives from here, and then it also did hit this supply block. Now, the line is on the low of that candle of the supply block. Now, it did not hit the open. Does it have to? No. Generally does it? Yes. And we're like literally points away from it and it didn't hit. So remember, just recapping, just so you understand, this is the 79, 78, whatever you want to call it, on the fib from this A, B, and C. So this is that lower high that if you watch the previous videos, you'll see us leading into this even before all this data was here. And so generally in this area, it happened fast. You know, the month of October, literally this whole leg, this counter trend was all done in 1 month. So they were in a rush to get there, obviously, as you see the bullish movement here, strong candle up. This is a little suspect for me. The main question right now is, do we look for just buys to go up and take out, this area and above here, right? In my opinion, I don't know. I don't think it's going to really happen. I mean, if you look even down here, which this is just an indicator, so I'm not telling you to use this, but I mean, it is on the over sold side, bought side, sorry. And then, it is at a 79. Did it tap to 79? No. Should it? Generally, more, how can I say this? More, to be more comfortable, I would like it to touch the 79, but it didn't. And then we had a bearish candle and it closed, and it did leave this now imbalance here. So, I mean, someone asked me, are we going to still go up? I don't know. I mean, you're just going to wait for price to kind of start doing this type of action here, and you're in a back to the bearish trend. Lower high was created. Now we're going to come to take out these lows here. So I think it's starting to fizzle out. I'm only looking for sells, but I did look for the scalp buy. Now it's the 31st, so it's the end of the month. So I was only looking for scalps. This day was low range and risky to be, worried about taking any, longer positions. Didn't make sense. It's the month. So picture the month candle. Well, now that it did close, look how strong that is, right? Look how strong that closed. So the last day of the month is gonna just fizzle out. You're not gonna get any movement. The month has already happened. So I came into this knowing that I'm just gonna take a scalp. You know what I'm saying? So, and then do my analysis to start the next month which is November here. So let's hop right into it here. Just go into the trade that happened. Sloppy day, but we waited for specific. I waited for a specific trade, which was this, obviously. So price opened up, this gap down. If you can see this. So why I was looking for the buy was because we had this big gap, which is what this big with this big rectangle purple is. It says gap. So price opened up, Asia playing around, getting into London, started coming down and left this gap. So it came up to here, but it did not fill the gap up. I'm not saying that the price is always going to go to the gap and fill it up, but they're going to generally fill it. You know what I'm saying? So that was my high probability position. Mindset was to take a trade that broke some type of support and took out liquidity, to then take that trade and take it back up to break that high in general, or at least fill the gap was the trade. So price came down, creating support, and look at the time. Now we're 9:30 New York session. I was waiting. I was patient. I didn't take anything. I wanted to see some type of big displacement, some type of price to show you that it's out of, it didn't look normal, right? I'm looking for something to say, hey, this is different. It's not all this choppiness. It's not all this basic movement. I wanted to see some type of movement, right? And then on top of that, I wanted to see price come down after taking out these lows. I wanted to see price come out over here and either take out the lows or come into a demand block here. I thought I saw it better on the 30 when it came down. Yeah. So here, when I saw price come down and then it closed here, this candle, and then this opened up, it didn't go any lower, and it just tapped. It literally just tapped this low. So I was looking at this supply block here. I'm sorry, this demand block here, right? So price came in and it didn't break it. So I felt like this was going to hold and then to go up. So pretty much how it ended up. And let me go back to the 5. So knowing that, waiting for that to happen. Okay, you can't really see this line that's back here. Let me just move it. Let me just do that so you can see it. So it was underneath this daily imbalance line that's purple. So I was looking for that to come there, and then price opened up. Actually, let me go into a 1 minute. But in general here, the 5 minute, once you saw this bullish candle like that, they call it engulfing. I don't really focus on candles like that as far as engulfing, because it doesn't mean much. But you can just use it as a piece of confluence to say, hey, okay, we got some type of volume here. So it broke up, and then this next candle came down in to 50% of this candle. So to me, that's a trick when you're trading into a demand or a supply block, that you can trade at the 50, and it did respect that 50 level. 50 level meaning between this candle and this candle. 50% of that is here. So price came down, wicked back up. So you can see that the price has a reaction there. Big signs for buying. Let me go into a 1 minute. And then, some people would like to call this a inverted head and shoulders and all that. I don't really look at things like that, but it sometimes it does help. But I was just looking at price went up here. I didn't get in yet. Price went up here. Price went up here. Broke here. Came down in. And where would it go? Well, you already went above this, but I wanted a better entry. So I refined it, and I went down to this second block to last, and somewhere in here. I thought it would have tapped here, but it didn't. But it's okay. We're talking, 10, not even 5 points. Not a big deal. So it tapped in there, pretty much at the open, but my entry was here. And then it took off, and then kept building structure, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So when we got here, it was suspect for me, because I have one of my TP areas. 80% of my trade was to come at this level here, because these are the highs, and it reacted hard. And remember, I'm just looking for a scalp, so I'm not trying to sit here and make too much money and wait for price, because I know it was going to be choppy. Because look at the rest of the day, choppy. So price came up and then sank down. Once I saw this candle, I was out, because I was like, you know what? It looked suspect as soon as it hit that level, and I was out. And look, I would have sat through the rest of this day dealing with this. Look at this. Which, no range. We're talking about a 200-point range is nothing for US 30. It's generally between, I don't know, like 400 and 700, give or take, right? So made the right call. Good day for me, and I'm glad I didn't have to sit through this, and I was done. So waiting for the new day. All right, so hope this helps. Take care. God bless.